Okay, so as you can see from the past like month and some change, my content has changed and I'm no longer making like financial literacy type videos anymore. It's still a financial literacy channel. I'm just not making as many financial literacy videos anymore, and that's because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to be a finance expert anymore. I never wanted to be an expert. I just kind of fell into that demographic. Okay. So when I first started my YouTube channel when I was at the ripe age of 15, I just got in front of a camera and I just started talking about whatever thoughts popped into my head. And that was pretty much supposed to be just the whole channel. It was supposed to be whatever thoughts popped into my head. Now, obviously, if you're a YouTuber and you really want to be successful, you cannot just post whatever you want unless you are extremely like established, like you have a really strong community. You really need to have a specific niche is what they say, to make sure that you can target a certain demographic. So your videos need to be about a particular topic. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, that niche thing was a little bit difficult for me because I'm not a niche person, you know what I mean? I'm a free bird. I know why the caged bird sings, and I'm not a bird that can be put in a cage. I'm free. I like to fly. Whatever comes into my mind, I want to get in front of the camera and talk about it. But in order to be successful on this platform, I had to pick a topic and I had to niche down. And so after I moved to Los Angeles, I did the vlogging thing. It didn't really work and I didn't really like it. And so then I started talking about, entrepreneurship and moving and different business ideas and stuff like that, because that's what came to mind. But that's what was sticking and that is what was replicable. Like, that was content that I could make over and over again. There was already a community of people out there looking for finance content, and it was easy for me to niche in. And so I decided to stay in that direction, and at first it was fun, but the reason why I'm not a niche person is because I get bored very easily, and when I get bored I start to lose my creative spark. You know what I mean? Like, I need to constantly be inspired, and I inspire myself. Like, I'm not talking about being inspired by other people, but when I become inspired, I want to create. And if I'm doing the same thing over and over again, then I lose my creativity. So finance is great, honestly, but it comes with a couple problems. Okay, number one, you can only make so many different types of finance videos. Okay, I can only talk about so many credit cards. I can only talk about so many savings accounts. I can only talk about so many different what's in my wallet. Do it every single year. Okay, it's like we're gonna do the same thing every single year. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. No, I'm done with it. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm uninspired. I will do it if necessary. Like, I think that there needs to be a difference between I don't want to do something and, of course, if I have to do something, like if that's what people want to see, if that's what's going to get views, then I'll do it because I'm treating this like a second job, like a side hustle career. I'll do it, but it's not what I want to do. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm bored. And I also think that if you go and you look at, search engine optimization, it's played out. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to watch it anymore. So finance content was fun, but then you run out of video ideas. And then secondly, because there's already a community of people, there's a hive mind consensus. In any community that you go into, there's going to be a hive mind consensus. So if I want to deviate from like the hive or the mainstream opinion about credit cards, about savings accounts, about degrees, about anything, I'm going to be like ostracized, and it's going to come off like, oh, you're not a finance expert. You don't know what you're talking about because this platform over here with 500,000 subscribers and 1 million subscribers said X, Y, and Z. So you're wrong because you're not agreeing with what this person said over here. It's a mess, okay? Which leads me into my second reason, which is the expert part of the finance expert. Y'all, when I started making videos about financial literacy, I think I was like 19 years old. I'm sorry. Okay, I am sorry. At the time, I thought that I discovered fire, and I will take accountability for a lot of things. If you've watched my previous content and like taken my advice, it's not bad advice, but I'm saying take it with a grain of salt. Okay, you should not be taking financial advice from 19-year-olds. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm 24 now. And I'm still like, don't ask me because I don't know. I'm figuring out too. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm like trying to go for moving forward on this channel in regard to finance. I still want to stay in the realm of money, finance, and entrepreneurship. Okay, I'm not going to be vlogging myself at Sephora. Okay, but I am no longer the expert because I don't know anything. And it's just so funny because when you turn 18, you're an adult now, you think you know everything, and then you turn 23 and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know anything. And then you change your mind, because I believe that people in their early 20s should be allowed to discover new information, and you change your mind about a lot of things. I have changed my mind about a lot of things regarding finances. I have gone through life. Oh my gosh. When I first started talking about financial literacy, I was 19. I was very abrasive. I was very strict. It was very black and white. You know what you're supposed to do. You need to do it. But I hadn't really been through life yet. So I hadn't really seen how difficult it can be to keep up all these financial literacy practices when life is actually knocking at your door. So I'm not trying to be the finance expert anymore. In order for you to have credibility in a space such as finance, if you're doing like makeup or vlogs or anything like that, you don't really have to be an expert. Even cooking, like you really don't have to play the expert, because you're talking about a topic that's so serious, like money, you need to come on here and you need to sound like what you're talking about. And there was a lot of times where I'll admit, I don't care. I'm like, I don't have very much pride. I felt like a fraud. Okay, I'm like, what am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm literally like Googling stuff and then saying with something that I Googled like 5 minutes later on video. Like, I don't really have, like, I was not very confident in the things that I was saying, because I just felt like a fraud, because I was like 22 years old talking about rewards points and credit cards. And I'm not gonna look, because I was Googling everything, that information is very accurate. So this is like no shade to my old videos, especially like as a creator, I created that content and I'm always going to be proud of my work. However, though, I just did not feel very authentic making that type of content anymore. And so moving forward, I definitely want to focus on money, finance, and entrepreneurship, like I said, but I'm focusing on the point of like, look, y'all are coming with me and I'm figuring it out together. We're going to figure it out together while y'all watch all the stuff that I do in regards to my finances, in regards to entrepreneurship and things of that nature. Because being the expert is for the birds, okay? The content gets boring and repetitive, and I just cannot thrive in that type of environment. I need to be able to process and test new ideas whenever it comes to my mind. And who really is a finance expert before the age of 30? Unless you're like repeating the mainstream finance bro, credit card, travel hacks, talking points, you're really not an expert, because you have not like experienced life. You have your financial rules, like all of these rules and regulations and hacks and stuff like that, they're really put to the test when life hits you. Like when, you fall on hard times. Now all of your financial literacy skills need to come out. And are you going to be able to hold fast to all of these rules and regulations that you put in place when you're not actually living comfortably, when everything is not going comfortably, when you actually fall like on a really, we'll see where we go from here. But in the meantime, stay strong. Bye.